Top news headlines. Classes above 9 to reopen within this week, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Governor of Manipur cannot delay taking a decision on opinion given by Election Commission about disqualification, says Supreme Court. And Ziribam-based media conducts field survey at Ziribam ahead of assembly election. A very good evening and welcome to MAMI TV Primetime English News. This is MASACO NINGTHOUJAM giving you the latest news updates. Chief Minister N. Biren has said that approval for reopening of schools for classes above 9 within this week has been given by the state government. He said this during the launching program of face-to-face civil services coaching class today at the State Academy of Training at Takilpar. The program was organized by the Department of Higher Education in collaboration with State Academy of Training and ALS Satellite Education Private Limited. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister Biren said, after a thorough selection process, 200 students out of 1,667 applicants were selected for the Civil Services coaching class. He extended appreciation to the ASL group for its contribution in making the class possible. Stating that the government will always stand for the students, Biren appealed to the students to maintain discipline and work hard to become a competent person.
Just a little bit today I'm happy. I'm happy. Why? It is a long due dreams of myself. Farmer kangu the farmer ki loan piri. Entrepreneurship kangu the entrepreneurship ki moida koi financial support piri. Mafam piri. Agriculture ki areas in the we are providing water through MI and the agriculture department. So my mama ki lambi apam sports ki. Because now I'm going to inaugurate one Olympian park. All these 19 Olympians statue will be there inside the buildings. Brinda kano idna pegi shooter do mana ma hoy pegi center of excellence. Masjid center of excellence in maito beda pegi kano computerized or computerized machinery machining as well as adagi expert mapandagi coaching laga apegi kano sin train do
The Chief Minister was accompanied by Member of Rajya Sabha, King Sana Jaubale Shemba, Minister of Education S. Rajain, Chief Secretary Dr. Rajesh Kumar, Commissioner of Higher and Technical Education M. Hari Krishna, and Director of ALS Group Jojo Matthew. Topper of the entrance test, Nikita Wanglimbam, was presented a gift. The Supreme Court of India has observed that the Governor of Manipur is acting on the state government's behalf in the case of Office of Profit against 12 MLAs who held the post of parliamentary secretaries, and that the Governor of Manipur cannot delay taking a decision on the opinion given by the Election Commission about disqualification of MLAs. The Apex Court will pass the final order on the 12 MLAs disqualification case on November 11th, Thursday. The bench comprising Justices L. Nageshwar Rao, B.R. Gavai and B.V. Nagaratna made this observation after noting that the Governor is yet to take a decision on the opinion of the Election Commission sent on January 13th, 2021. A three-judges bench of the Supreme Court heard the disqualification case of parliamentary secretaries on Office of Profit today. The hearing, conducted with three intervals, had 18 minutes of arguments, first from counsel for the petitioners, Kapil Sibal, and the defense counsel for the respondents, Rajiv Dhawan. The second argument took place just before lunch break, which was followed by directions being passed just after lunch by 2 p.m. today. Kapil Sibal argued that the government was not cooperating and the governor was sitting on the file for a long time. The constitutional functionaries like governor are not obliged to not convey the ECI's opinions, he argued. Defense counsel Rajiv Dhawan argued against Kapil Sibal by quoting Article 192, Part 2 of the Constitution of India. Later, the three judges bench directed the Election Commission of India to place a copy of its opinion submitted to it by the Governor of Manipur before the court. The court also directed the Secretary to Governor to place the Governor's decision in pursuance of the ECI's opinion and served a notice to the Secretary to the Governor of Manipur by email. The final hearing of the case has been posted for Thursday, November 11th. The court instructed that the Solicitor General of India be present on Thursday as the court would be passing an order on that day. The court also directed that Secretary to Governor must be informed that the matter will be taken up on Thursday and that the respondents should be present on November 11th as an order will be passed. Solicitor General of India Tushar Mehta was absent today. A team of Ziribam-based media persons conducted a field survey to find out the opinion of the public on which representative they want to elect from Ziribam Assembly constituency for the election to 12th Manipur State Legislative Assembly 2022. A team of news agency, Ziri News Network, JNN, and other print and electronic media conducted a survey at different places of Ziribam for 15 days since October 23rd. The field survey suggests a fierce competition between the aspiring candidate of BJP, K. Sarath Kumar Singh, and MLA of the Assembly constituency, Muhammad Ashabuddin. We have a report from our Ziribam correspondent, Ngangbam Saradhini.
Mathang Sayi 2022 Angan Basauta Pangdo Padoriva, General Election Ziribam Esidagi Karamba Mioibu Mihur and Tagapa Pambagi Hybadu, Mayampuna Matagi Kaminase.
Sarkar Sidi Congress Canada where the BJP Sule, Aduda, Ekogi Kunsibam Tajinbu, Eko request Tabzari.
Amida, I heard an Pigani.
Igi Mort Oinadi, Ziribam Gidamakta, Siembangambami, Ziribamgi or with the Matik Jaba, Adumba, mi Pami.
Akoina pamiji debin mamang da ka khare kari mata sembiram de sahi kunthra hena pan khare
sarase akoina jam thawai ta ji haitare babu khangji misingna
ticket phangba ase siga akoi merep siga akoi bot thadagani ha
akoi oja sorota akoi di hapning haina dum loi khulma lepe
Manipur State ki mathang sahi ki angan basauta pangthok doriba Manipur Legislative Assembly asida Ziribam Constitution Assembly de so mire koya ama songthologli Ziribam Kendra asidagi vote lepkani haina chonthoraliba candidate mayam asidagi aphaba Ziribamgi mihut ama khanba pami amabu oire Ziribam praja singna masa masa gi voting right phajana sizinaduna aphaba mihut ama khangatlaga Ziribam praja asibu aphaba lamdam ama ohenba pamli.
As organized every year, Inspector General of Assam Rifles IGAR South celebrated Ningol Chakoba at the headquarters complex of IGAR South at Mantripukri today. Many women leaders of different communities of the state attended the celebration. Padmashri Thaurani Shabi, former chairperson of Manipur Women Commission, Chongtham Jamini, advisor to Kuki Women's Union Manipur, Rose Mangshi, leader of Muslim CSO, Sitara Begum, president of Lekol, KH Subadini, bronze medalist of Asian Games in boxing, Sarita Devi, weightlifting coach and Dhyan Chand Award winner, Anita Chanu, and film personality, RK Hemabati, among many others, attended the Ningol Chakoba celebration. Speaking on the occasion, IGAR South Major General Alok Naresh expressed happiness to the womenfolk of different communities who attended the celebration. Stating that the tradition of Manipur stands out from the rest of the country, he said, Manipur is blessed with natural beauty. People of the state are noble and charitable. He said, women of the state hold a lofty status in the society since time immemorial and continue till today. Alok Nath assured to provide assistance to the women of the state at any time.
I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you, and we consider ourselves to be lucky that all our mothers, sisters, you all are present over here to bless us on this occasion. The blessings which are very important for us. They have always been with us, and we pray that they are always there with us in future as well. On this occasion, I would like to say a few words. I have been to almost all the states of India. I have spent some time, but there is no comparison to Manipur. The state itself is so beautiful, scenic beauty is tremendous, and the best part about this state is that the people are so nice, so loving, so caring. And in the history of Manipur, in the culture, in the society, the women, they have a special place. It has always been. And when we look at the history of Manipur, the mothers, the sisters, they have played a very important role.
In continuation of the charity rendered by the Diamond Donor Group, formed by listeners of the Diamond Radio, Program Executive of Diamond Radio, James Haigrujam, has extended monetary assistance to 5 underprivileged families of the state. James has handed over 10,000 rupees to Sorokhaibam Ranjit from Ningthoukhong, who has remained immobile for 6 years, and his wife, who is under treatment at Janims. He also handed over 10,000 rupees to Suraj from Kakching Wairi, currently under treatment in the ICU at Janims Hospital. The group also provided 10,000 rupees to Maisnam Premchandra from Komlakhong, currently undergoing treatment for kidney failure. 10,000 rupees was handed over to Athoibi from Thobal Awang Lekai, who is undergoing treatment at the Apollo Hospital, Delhi. Speaking on the occasion, James said the donation was made after contributing 100 rupees each by the members of Diamond Donors Group and appealed to the people to support the group. The group will also provide monetary assistance to the members of the group, James said. President of BJP Manipur Pradesh, S. Sharda Devi, said BJP is gaining more affection from the people as the party works towards the welfare of the people wholeheartedly, both at the center and the state. She said this during reception program for 20 people from Congress, including the President of Chingai Assembly Constituency Block Congress Committee, BCC, and Executive Member of BCC to BJP. The program was held at Thambal Shanglen at Nityaipak Chathek, Imphal. Speaking on the occasion, Sharda said, under Go to Village mission, people get to know more about various benefits provided by the government. Such initiatives have resulted in the increase of trust for the party among the people. Stating that BJP is different from other political parties, she said, working for the welfare of the people is the main objective of the party. She expressed confidence that BJP will form the government once again by winning absolute majority at the upcoming state general election 2022.
BJP mang election deliver nungsi jaraba jingai constituency ki BJP nungsi deliver kamu sina lakato le election dari BJP ki thamban se jingai le sana niyo hai se mas ai Bharatiya Janata Party se हम तो political party हमने कई मामला grassroots level का ground level का उधर का अने मवा खाई जना ऑफिसर खाई जना कोई पुनः से मानव था अमद नहीं भी आना खोला वाला तो हुआ पार्टी अमद नहीं है ऐसे आई मैं यहाँ पर समझे
Taking part in the program, new entrant to BJP and former president of Chingai Block Congress Committee, Israel Simic, said he joined the political party as he genuinely liked the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chief Minister N. Biren. He assured to extend support to BJP's aspiring candidate from Chingai Assembly constituency, retired IAS Ningam Chamroy.
For the coming 2022 election, we are sure that we will open a BJP account in the 45 Chingai STAC, especially our supporters Our candidate, Sriningam Chamroy, retired IAS, BJP, intending candidate, 45 AC, is a very popular, loina makta mana, massive supporters later win Dogani, Taje, have
BJP's intending candidate from Wangkim Assembly constituency for the election to 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly, K. Jadamani, provided an oxygen concentrator to L. Tampatombi, 67, wife of Larin Lakpam Khome of Charangpat Mayai Lekai Maklang. Social worker K. Jadamani provided the oxygen tank to Tampatombi after he came to know that the family could not afford to obtain oxygen tank due to financial problem. He assured to provide help to the underprivileged people.
Wangkim Kendragi Kunchingda Sumba Oxygen Labangam Awa Kaya in a Mating Pang Laxabani, and Nasisu, like Inegi the Makta oxygen concentrator, see Ayan Kusina Zabani, other than Wangkim Kendra Praja, Punamakta, oxygen gi problem by Awa Kudimak Hagna, Mating Pang Dramakata Tazagani.
Her husband, Komai, said that his wife had been admitted to JNIM's ICU for around 25 days. She was discharged from the hospital as Jadamani promised to provide them an oxygen tank. Cargo staff of Indigo flight recovered 3.2 kg of roasted wild animal meat from 2 women at the Bir Tikendrajit International Airport yesterday. The items and the 2 women have been handed over to the staff of Central Forest. A team led by Koringai Beat Officer and Officer in charge of Imphal Airport, Deputy Ranger Laishram Sobhachandra and women staff of Forest Department arrested the 2 women from the airport and registered a case. Speaking about the matter, Sobhachandra said most of the roasted wild animal are brought from the hill areas for the consumption of their relatives living outside the state. Such activities are continued without the knowledge that it is a crime under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. He appealed to the people not to hunt wild animals and birds as it is a punishable offence under the law.
Wildlife Protection Act 1972 Yadava Madu Section 29 Amadi Auto Section Kaya Makada Dandi Pangai Oiba Mo Maramasina Nasidigi or Kanda Koi Kamunda Mayams coming in Akanda Segunda the South sector when our Viva Satan Viva Hatiba the teaching to I heart of Katanatana teaching to opinion Moi Tanghai Masina the Masala Poki Segunda Singusi.
It's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
LX Sublimation Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation.
Welcome back after the break. Moving on to the national news, India reported 10,126 new cases of COVID-19 with 332 deaths in the last 24 hours, according to the latest update by the Union Health Ministry. The fresh cases recorded 11.6% lower than Monday and brings the total caseload to 3.43 crore. The active cases have declined by 2,188 that led the total caseload to 1.40 lakh. With 332 new deaths, COVID-19 death toll touched 4.61 lakh. With a total of 11,982 patients being discharged in the last 24 hours, the total recoveries stand at 3.37 crore. India's recovery rate now stands at 98.25%. So far, India has administered a total of 59.08 lakh doses in the last 24 hours, which brings the total tally of doses administered to 109.08 crore across the country. The winter session of Parliament will be held from November 29th till December 23rd. The Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs (CCPA), which met on Monday, has approved these dates and sent a recommendation to the President to call the session. The 25-day-long session will have 19 sittings and will be held with all COVID-19 protocols, like the previous sessions held over the past 1.5 years. Due to the pandemic, there was no winter session in 2020, while the monsoon session, scheduled to be held from September 14th to October 1st, was adjourned sine die on September 23rd on account of COVID-19. The session was eventually adjourned sine die 2 days ahead of its scheduled date due to the protests and acrimony between the government and the opposition. The winter session is all set to be heated and stormy affair, with the opposition preparing to corner the Modi government on issues like inflation, Lakhimpur Kheri violence, militant attacks on civilians in Kashmir, and the farmers' protests against the 3 agricultural laws. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today greeted the people of Uttarakhand on the state's formation day and said its progress in the last 5 years has given him confidence that this decade will belong to it. Prime Minister in a tweet said that the development work in Uttarakhand is proof that the mountain's water and youth both are being used for it. The state was formed on this day in 2000 by carving out the northwestern region of Uttar Pradesh. It is headed for assembly polls along with 4 other states early next year. And now, before we wrap up, the top news headlines once again. Classes above 9 to reopen within this week, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Governor of Manipur cannot delay taking a decision on opinion given by Election Commission about disqualification, says Supreme Court. And Ziribam-based media conducts field survey at Ziribam ahead of assembly election. And that's all for the Primetime English News. Thank you for watching.